new interests, new artists rather, that strike your interest today? And of course, that's no shade, but just curious who's on your playlist.
It's impossible to have a top 10. I mean, 20 years ago, we had iPods that put 1,000 songs into our playlist. So, I have rapstation.com, and it's a 10-station channel network where we break down hip hop and rap, like international rap. We have an all-women station called She Radio. We have hip hop gods, those with 25-year careers or more. We're the best. We're like ESPN of hip hop and rap music. So I'm breaking new artists like Sky Zoo, who's also an Atlanta native now, and he's had 27 albums as an independent artist. So it's as much as knowing a Sky Zoo as it is a KRS-One or Queen Latifah. So you have Sampa the Great from Zambia, and Africa is the future of hip hop in the world. They've been doing it for 30 or 40 years or so. It's nothing new. So when I name a top 10, it's basically almost like a day-to-day type thing. And our top 10s are the best charts in the world. So everybody go to rapstation.com and pull down the app.
Station.com.
And then also I'm creating probably an application in the next 3 weeks that's going to change the whole entire world. It's actually cultural media. Cultural media is greater than social media. Because social media means everybody's in it. Sometimes you can't have champagne in the sandbox. You know what I'm saying? So cultural media is about people talking about the
There is a time and
great
place
gift
for
of
everything,
art.
Chuck.
That's what I'm saying. There's time and place for everything. But in social media, everybody tosses everything in. And I mean, what does a 45-year-old have in common with a 15-year-old? Really nothing. Really nothing socially.
I hope not.
You shouldn't have that.
Let me ask
right, you hope not. So cultural media is what we got coming on, and Fight the Power, how hip hop changed the world. It's just a great introduction to knowing that it's thorough and it's more than what you just think it is. I'm never in the listen, I'm not in the business of making black people look bad. So I'm not going to bring up.
No, and you never have.
That's over. Yeah, I don't think that's.
And you never have,
It's
Chuck.
not in my business.
But I do
not make black people look
I do
bad.
want to ask you, we have to, address the fact that unfortunately there has been a historic and modern day correlation between hip hop and hip hop artists that we love and violence, right? Many of our artists are gone too soon. We know the era of Pac and Biggie, but now, we're seeing things with all kinds of young artists going too soon. Most recently, of course, losing Takeoff and whatnot. What does Chuck D think about the correlation between violence and hip hop, and what can be done to change it?
A long time ago, great Jamel Alameen, aka H-Rap Brown, who also was cleaned up the West End of Atlanta before he was framed, said violence is like apple pie in America. So you can't talk about the end result of rappers shooting each other when there's a severe gun problem in the United States of America, spilling blood ever since, for the last couple of centuries. But really, this gun problem in the United States of America, it spilled over into people who seriously don't know ourselves and lack the knowledge of self to actually look at these things to not be used against us. And we have this self-hate going out. It's going to be the end result. So the United States has a lot of issues to handle. Just on that, we had 2 mass shootings the last 24 hours. So to blame it on rap with the accessibility of thinking that this is an easy answer to a problem has spilled over. So we can't go to the tragedies of what happened to Migos. That's very unfortunate. It's a deeper therapy that got to go into the crux of the conversation.
Historically, everything with you and Public Enemy, Cube and Dre and Easy with NWA at the police, Kendrick Lamar in this moment, and J. Cole and others, the social justice and hip hop go hand in hand as well. So final thoughts on that relationship?
Well, the documentary really gets intrinsic about it. It talks about it clearly. The causes, it comes up with conversations about the reason. But the thing about it, what you hear for the first time is the artists themselves speaking very clearly about the situation and in this documentary. So the artists have seized the narrative, answering questions that they necessarily wouldn't have got. We know that Ice-T, myself, KRS-One, MC Lyte, we get those questions all the time. But now the newer generations, the Sia and Lupe Fiasco,
Thank
seeing
you
a
so
wise
very much.
Elon fight the
We've got to
problem.
run, but thank you for your documentary. It can be
Yeah.
seen on PBS. Thanks, Chuck. Still to come,